Oh. Okay. So this, to orient this, it has 4 pieces, so it's kind of hard to put it all together. But the easiest way, these are the lips, or the labia majora and minora, but basically the lips. So you want to put those down, and then this is going to be the colon, or the rectum, so that is going to be posterior. So this actually sits in the female about like this. So now we'll start with, and if you open this halfway, a good way to maybe, oh, it's only because I'm on video, there we go.
It's only your hands.
Oh good,
So
thank you. So now a good way to orient this, the huge piece back here is going to be your rectum, so you'll put that posterior. And then the urinary bladder is always more anterior, and it has all the rugae. And then the uterus is going to be right in the middle. And this is one thing that always helps me remember to tell right away, female or male. This like really serrated part that looks like it has shark teeth is the vaginal canal. So, which in my class, the TA was like, hey, if this is your first time seeing a vagina, I promise they don't look like this. They're not covered with shark teeth on the inside. But now I can always like find a vagina like that. All the models are like shark teeth in the vagina. So good way to find it. And also if you just have this bottom piece right here, same thing. Shark teeth is going to be the vaginal canal. So then you can go to your anus, the rectum, the vagina, and then the most anterior hole is the urethra. And the urethra goes up to the bladder, the vagina goes up the vaginal canal to the uterus, and the rectum goes up to the colon. Okay, so now we'll go down the list. Ovaries, we put this back. The ovaries are going to be these little yellow, kind of almond-shaped structures right here and right here. And on this model, it's these yellow structures right there. So then the ovarian ligaments are going to connect the ovaries to the uterus. So it's going to be this ligament right here is the ovarian ligament. And then the round ligament of uterus is going to be, it's not on this model. On this one, it's this gray number 14. That gray line right there is the round ligament. Or let me grab a half body.
so it connects the.
And make sure on the half bodies that it's a female before you look for the round ligament, because the ductus deferens looks very similar on the male. So, but it's this pink line right here. And that connects basically the uterus to like the front of the body to kind of hold the uterus in place. So that's the round ligament of uterus. Oh, thank you, sorry. Uterine tubes. So the uterine tube, the next 4, okay, actually, so the uterine tube is this whole structure right here. The red all the way to the uterus. So from the ovary all the way to the uterus. And then the structure that's at the end of the uterine tube, these little finger-like projections, are the fimbriae. And then the next 3 terms are regions of the uterine tube. So if we break this uterine tube into 3 sections, the bottom part that contains the fimbriae is the infundibulum. And make sure you guys write infundibulum of uterine tube, because we have that infundibulum that connected the pituitary gland. So infundibulum of uterine tube. The curved, rounded part is the ampulla of uterine tube. That one I don't think will be as specific because we don't know any other ampullas. And then the top part, the whole straight part, is the isthmus of uterine tube. Okay, then broad ligaments are these big bat wing parts down here. And then the mesovarium is this. It's on the model. In reality, it wraps kind of all the way around, but just on the model, it's this little flat section between the uterine tube and the ovarian ligament. So it's that flat section there. The uterus is this whole triangle-looking structure right here. And then the cervix is a structure in the uterus. It's this area right here. The vagina is the opening down here. Or on this, put it together. It will be the middle hole. So you kind of have to look. The big one back here is the rectum, and then the middle, bigger one right there is the vagina. And again, you can open it up, and the vagina will be the one that leads into the vaginal canal with the shark teeth. The vulva. Sorry, not my favorite word.
Do you not, does that word not bother you at all?
No. I think for me, like I always knew like it was kind of a dirty word, but I didn't know what it was really until like I pretty much took this class. Like I knew it was like that region, but I didn't know exactly. And so now I can think of it in anatomical terms, so it's like less.
It's lost its stigma for you.
Yeah, pretty much. So it's basically the outer region on the exterior from here to here. So it's from the clitoris back to the end of the vagina. That whole region right here is the vulva. And then the urethra is going to be the most anterior hole that goes up to the urinary bladder. So, most anterior urethra.